नमस्कार विद्यार्थी मित्रों। We are studying about the chemical bonding. In our previous class, we have been studied or we learnt about why chemical bond is formed, and we also discuss about what is chemical bond. And with these topics, we also discuss why chemical bond is formed, and specifically during the chemical bond what is the criteria at least we should know about the chemical bond, because whenever chemical bond is formed, we discuss in our previous class, we also discuss to gain the stability and to complete its octet, or to gain nearest noble gas configuration. These two criteria is required, or which is observed during the forming of chemical bond. So today's lecture we are going to discuss about the different type of chemical bond. How many types of bond are generally formed during the formation of molecule or chemical compound, and specifically how bond is formed, how we can understand what is their application. So all those things we are going to in this lecture, but specifically initially we deals with the four different types of bond, and it is also known as primary bond. It is known as primary bond. So in this chapter we are going to study total 6 chemical bond, or we are going to study about 6 different type of chemical bond. But in this lecture we are going to study initially 2 bond, or generally 6 bond divided into 2 part. One is called primary bond and second one is known as secondary bond, is specifically divided into again out of 6, 2 bond is called secondary bond. So what are the primary bond, how they formed, and how we can understand, just we will try to understand in this class. So there is a 4 different primary chemical bond. Now the question is, what is why primary, why secondary? To answer this question, generally primary bond is formed, it's permanently, it is not temporarily and it is not affected. So it is known as primary bond. That means primary means it is always be exist in the molecule, right? Secondary bond is also exist, but why it is known as specifically primary bond? Because of that they form initially complete bond. Now what is the meaning of complete bond? Whenever we learn different type of bond, at that time at least they will get clarity कि why I call a complete bond, right? So let us start with first chemical bond is known as ionic bond. So according to specifically chemistry, the bond are divided into initially 4 types, is known as primary bond. First is chemical bond, second is covalent bond, third one called coordinated bond, and fourth one is known as metallic bond, right? So let us start one by one. Chemical bond, one is ionic bond. First of all, what is ionic bond? To understand ionic bond, firstly at least we should understand the genesis of ionic bond. So what is genesis? So in this bond, generally what will happen? So during the formation of ionic bond, generally transfer of electron is happening. The transfer of electron is happening. Transfer, completely transfer. I used word completely transfer. The completely transfer of electron will takes place during the formation of chemical bond. Now the question is transfer from where to where, right? Generally, the electron is transferred from metal to non-metal. As I discussed in our previous class, the ionic bond is formed between metal and non-metal. Metal and non-metal. Right? These things I discussed in our previous class. Whenever ionic bond is formed, at that time one element should be metal and another element should be non-metal. Now the transfer of electron will be takes place from metal to non-metal. But before going to understand the transfer of electron, let us just recall हम लोग मेटल किसको बोलते हैं एंड व्हाट इज नॉन मेटल. सो टू अंडरस्टैंड आयनिक बॉन्ड आई विल discuss 2 points based on metal and 2 points based on non-metal. So let us try to understand metal and characteristic of metal and non-metal. Metal and non-metal. Right? So what is metal? So characteristic of metal is a low ionization energy. Low ionization energy as well as low electron negativity. While in the case of non-metal, non-metal have a high electron negative, high ionization energy. While in the case of non-metal, non-metal has a high electron negativity. Now, what is the meaning of ionization energy? Ionization energy is nothing but the energy which is required to remove electron from its valence shell. मतलब कोई भी एटम होता है उसका वैलेंस शेल से हम लोग को इलेक्ट्रॉन को निकालने के लिए जो एनर्जी की रिक्वायरमेंट्स होती है इसको बोलते हैं आयोनाइजेशन energy. While in the case of metal, metal has itself nature to lose electron easily. So those element who donate or release electron easily has a low ionization energy. While in the case of non-metal, non-metal have a tendency it not release electron easily. So that is why to remove electron from its valence shell it require high energy. So that is why non-metal has a high ionization energy. Second thing is metal has a low electron negativity. So what is electron negativity? Electron negativity is nothing but it is the tendency of an element. It is the tendency of an element to attract electron toward itself. मतलब इलेक्ट्रॉन को अपनी ओर खींचने की जो टेंडेंसी होती है इसको हम बोलते हैं इलेक्ट्रॉन नेगेटिविटी. While in the case of metal, metal has a low electron negativity. While in the case of non-metal, non-metal has a high electron negativity. Right? So these 2 points at least we should know about metal and non-metal. There are many things or many characteristics you learn and you also learn in your higher standard. But right now if you want to understand ionic bond clearly, then first we should know these 2 characteristics about metal and non-metal. Right? So based on that let us try to understand chemical bond, ionic bond specifically. Now, what I discuss here is, in this bond, the transfer of electron will takes place. The transfer of electron will takes place. Now the question come into our mind, from who or which element will transfer or release the electron, and which element will accept or gain the electron. So to understand gaining or accept gaining or donating criteria, so in the case of ionic bond, metal always electron donor. Here I write electron donor. Metal always donate electron, and non-metal always accept electron or gain the electron. Right? Why? Now the question is, why metal is donating and non-metal is accepting? Because of metal has a tendency to release electron easily, while in case of non-metal, non-metal has a tendency to accept the electron easily. So that is why metal is donating and non-metal is accepting. That is why electron takes place from metal to. Whenever this type of phenomena is occur, the between metal and non-metal, uh, during the formation of bond, so it is known as ionic bond, right? So now what we understand, let us try to understand. The chemical bond is formed between two atoms, should be metal and metal, right? By complete transfer of one or more electron from one to the other, as a result of which the atom attain their nearest inert gas configuration. Now to understand first point, what we should understand is, or what we have to understand is, the transfer of electron will be takes place from where to where we already discussed. But after transferring or gaining electron, element always maximum case to attain its configurations like inert gas configuration. Now what is the meaning of this statement? Let us try to understand with the help of this example. Suppose I discuss different group. So in periodic table there are total 18 group is present. So if I discuss group 1, right? So group 1 has a tendency to lose one electron, while in the case of group 2, has a tendency to lose 2 electron, while in the case of group 30, it has a tendency to lose or gain 3 electron. In 14 group, that is 4, for 15 group it is 5, for 16 group it is 6, and group number 17 for 7, and group number 18, that is 8, right? So whenever bond is formed, at that time all the group element, either group number 1, group number 2, group number 30, group number 40, 50, 60 or 70, all the elements are trying to attain their electron configurations like noble gas configuration. So what is noble gas configuration? Let us try to understand. Noble gas configuration. So first of all the noble gas has complete its octet. So what is the meaning of octet? First of all, we should listed what different type of noble gas is present in periodic table. So group number 18 we can call helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon, right? So except the helium, all the element has in their valence electron that is 8 or 8 valence electron. Right, 8 valence electron, and its configuration, generally configuration is NS2. NP6, that means the valence electron is 8. When or while in the case of other element, that means other than noble gas element, the octet is incomplete. That means 8 electron, matlab 8 electron not present in their valence shell. Matlab 1 to, you can say here 1 to 7 electron present in their valence electron except group number 18. So all the element are try to attain configurations like group number 18. मतलब all element are try during the formation of chemical bond to attain configurations like group number 18 or to attain 8 electron in their valence shell. This is the very important thing, and that things you should understand. So why chemical bond is formed? Because as we know that group number 18 is a more stable than other. That means group number 18 has a tendency to stability is more than other group element. So that is why all the element are trying to become like group number 18. And how or what things other element doing during the formation of chemical bond, they all are trying to achieve the electronic configuration. I use word electronic configuration. Electronic configuration. Right. So in all the case, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon, the electron configuration is ns2, np6. N is equal to principal quantum number, that is 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Right. So all the element are trying to achieve electron configurations like noble gas, nearest noble gas. Nearest means how we can define nearest. So suppose I give one example. Suppose chlorine, argon and potassium. So potassium and chlorine is trying to achieve the electronic configuration like argon, because the nearest noble gas for potassium and chlorine is argon. So in both the case, both the element are trying to attain the electronic configurations like argon. So this is called to attain electronic configuration like nearest noble gas. Right. So this all the element is trying to achieve configurations like noble gas or group number 18, and group number 18 has a 8 valence electron. It is known as its octet is complete. Here I use word octet is in their valence shell. So all the element is trying to complete their octet in their valence shell. Right now we are trying to understand exactly chemical bond, and so that is why I discuss during the formation of ionic bond they achieve octet or nearest noble gas configuration while the formation of ionic bond. Now the electrostatic force of the attraction which hold two oppositely charged ions together is known as ionic bond. As we discuss right now, after donating or accepting, atom will become ion, and that is ion will be positive. Positive ion is nothing but cation, and negative ion is nothing but anion. So whenever anion and cation is present, so at that time electrostatic attraction of force will be uh, occur, and it hold two ion molecule or two ions to each other. So it is known as ionic bond. So you can see in this case what we discuss during the formation of an ionic bond, one atom lost electron forming positively charged ion, it is known as cation. What we call them cation. Those element will lose the electron, will become positively charged ion, and that positive ion is known as cation. While in the case of other atom gain electron forming negatively charged ion called negative ion. That means those atom will lose the electron, either it lose one electron, so form plus one charge, and those element will accept the electron, will become negative charge. If they lose one electron, the charge on element is plus one. If they lose two electron, and then the charge on metal, that is 2. So depending on how many electron is losing, and at the same time we can understand accepting mode also. To accept the whatever element will accept how many electrons, so based on that it will converted into negative charge ion. That means during after the losing or donating of electron, it will convert it into ion or positively charged. Positively charged is nothing but cation. While in the case of other element, those element will accept the electron, so it will become negatively charged, and negatively charged is known as anion. Right? It is known as anion. After that, the cation and anion are held together by strong electrostatic forces of attraction, as we discussed. The resulting compounds form called ionic compound. We discuss after donating or accepting electron, atom will convert either positive or a negative charge, and positive and negative charge which hold together to each other by strong electrostatic interaction, and this bond is known as ionic bond. So now how we can understand in different type of molecules, so you can understand with the help of one example, that is called formation of KCl. Ionic bond. So what will happen during the formation of ionic bond? Suppose the formation of KCl, or it is known as potassium chloride, you all know very well. So how it form? And how it form ionic bond. Suppose potassium has their electron configuration 281, right, 2881. So first and foremost thing is we all know the electronic configuration. Suppose the electronic configuration of chlorine is 287, right? So as we discuss, during the formation of ionic bond, metal is lose the electron while non-metal will accept the electron, right? After losing the element or after donating the electron, it will convert it into n, while in the case of after accepting the element will convert it into anion, right? So how we can discuss? So whatever we discuss in our previous slide, so just concentrate to understand this example. Once you understand, then we can understand another example also or remaining example also, right? First thing is you should write the electron configuration. Now potassium has their configuration like this. If he lose one electron, as I discussed, group number one element always lose one. So how many electron will lose? How we can say? So I discussed in our previous slide. So if it lose one electron, so it will become like this. After losing, it will convert it into K plus ion and K plus ion. So now the electronic configuration will become 288. While in the case of Cl, Cl has a electronic configuration 287. Now you can see here, after converting K plus ion, the valence or valence electron will become 8 and its configuration will become nearest noble gas configuration. You can see this configuration is belongs to argon, right? So that is why accepting during the donating or accepting, it attain the electronic configurations like noble gas. While in the case of chlorine, if chlorine is accept one electron, so it will become Cl minus. After accepting one electron, the configuration of Cl minus, that is 288. So this is also configurations like nearest noble gas, and that is argon. So the electron configuration of argon is 288. So that is why it form K plus and Cl minus ion. And we also write Cl minus. But you should remember, during the formation of ionic bond, total number of positive charge and total number of negative charge should be equal. That is never possible. Here positive charge is plus 2, negative charge is minus 1. So always positive charge and negative charge should be equal. We already discussed in our previous unit. Same thing, right? So this is how the ionic bond is formed, and this positive ion and negative ion has a tendency to attract and held together, and this type of phenomena is known as ionic bond, or this bond is known as. So you can see whatever we discuss in our previous slide, same thing here we can see, right? So now the question is, how sir we can know the ionic bond is formed? So I always discuss, you first see ऐसा कौन सा एलिमेंट है जिसके बिटवीन आयनिक बॉन्ड का फॉर्मेशन हो रहा है, दोस एलिमेंट is ionic bond, those element is forming ionic bond. So you always see in ionic bond one metal and one non-metal. is present, right? And that is why ionic bond is formed. And another thing is always electron transfer from metal to non-metal, right? Always electron transfer from metal to non-metal, because metal has a tendency to lose electron easily and non-metal has a tendency to accept electron easily. So that is why ionic bond is formed simply, right? So here we see one example. Let us try to understand second example. Suppose calcium and chlorine to form CaCl2. Now the electronic configuration of chlorine, that is 282. So calcium has a tendency to lose 2 electron, while in the case of chlorine the electronic configuration, that is 7, right? Now if calcium is metal while chlorine is a non-metal, right? So calcium or metal will lose 2 electron. After losing 2 electron, it will become calcium plus 2 and 2 electron. Now after losing electron, the configuration of calcium will become 2,8. So it goes to configurations near like neon. Neon has a, right? So you can see after losing calcium 2 electron, it gain nearest noble gas configurations like neon. While in the case of chlorine, here I discussed in previous example the total positive charge and negative charge should be equal. Here chlorine is 1 and 1 chlorine require 1 electron to complete their octet, right? So if I take here 2 chlorine, then both chlorine separately take 1 electron or gain 1 electron to complete their octet, and it will become Cl minus and 2Cl minus. Now the configuration of chlorine will become like this 288, and 288 is configurations like argon, and argon has a electron configuration 288, right? Now after converting positive and negative charge, now it forms CaCl2, and the bond in between calcium and chlorine, that is ionic bond. The bond is ionic bond. So this is how ionic bond is formed. So during this bond or during the formation of ionic bond, the complete transfer of electron will be takes place. And from where to where I discuss, the electron is always transferred from metal to non-metal. The electron is always transferred from metal to non-metal, and after transferring of electron or gaining electron or accepting electron or donating electron, so always attain configurations like noble gas configuration, right? So all these things we can understand with the help of single example, right? So different things here we discuss, and at least if we understand ionic bond clearly, then all these things, at least basic things, we should know. Then only we can understand ionic bond. So all the things we discuss. Now another thing is, we can also understand, so you can see in KCl things, after formation of ionic bond, that means KCl, it is not present in 1K and 1Cl. That is many. That means suppose if you take 1 mole, then it is how many number of particle is present, that is Avogadro. It is equal to Avogadro number. So what is Avogadro number? If you don't know, we will discuss in higher standard, right? So it is from many K and Cl bond, or there are many KCl molecule will form during the formation of KCl, and you can see here in this figure, and it is also after formation it also arranged in specific manner. So you can see here the size of chlorine is high, while in the case of the size of chlorine is less, because how the size is vary, you know, if cation has a low size and anion has a high size, right? So that is how KCl is formed, and that is how we can understand uh, ionic bond in KCl. Now we also discuss ionic bond with respect to how valence electron is transferred, and that is called Lewis dotted uh, representation. So how we can understand with the help of Lewis dot formation? Firstly, at least we should know how the element we can represent in Lewis dotted model. Suppose I take one example, carbon. Carbon has a 4 valence electron, right? To represent Lewis model, what we can do is, or what we have to do is, we can represent their valence electron. We have to represent their valence electron, and valence electron we can represent two ways. One is dot size, or we can represent by dot also and cross also, right? So suppose here we represents by dotted, so for electron which is represents like this, it is known as Lewis dotted representation. Suppose if you want to represent nitrogen, so nitrogen has a 5 valence electron. Hello. So 5 electron we can represent like this, right? After that we also represents here. The important thing is to understand is here 2 electron I kept in pair, that is known as lone pair, and single electron I kept, that is single electron. Why I kept 2 electron or one pair? One pair has a 2 electron and remaining 3 in single mode, because nitrogen has a tendency to form 3. If nitrogen is formed 3 bond, then it complete their octet, right? So that is why here I kept 3 bond single mode, while in the case of another nitrogen same that is same represent by cross Lewis dotted model. Similarly, oxygen has a 6 valence electron. So 6 means if nitrogen to complete their octet, oxygen is required 2 electron. So here I kept 2 electron singly, because after accepting or donating 2 electron, oxygen will complete their octet and remaining electron will keep in pair. Right? Suppose chlorine has a 7 valence electron. To complete octet of chlorine, it requires 1 electron. So here I kept 1 electron single mode, and remaining all are in pair mode. Right? So similarly we can write or we can draw based on Lewis dotted model of any molecule. Right? So here I given 4 element, and how we can represent based on Lewis dotted representation, and this is known as dotted representation, and this was first done by Cauchy-Lewis, and that is why we can call Lewis dotted formula. But how we can understand with the help of Lewis dotted model? Let us try to understand with the help of one example. So you can see Suppose to form magnesium oxide. First I take magnesium. So magnesium has 2 valence electron, and 2 valence electron here I represent like this. And oxygen has a 6 valence electron. And I can represent based on Lewis daughter model like this. Now this magnesium is lose 2 electron and it will convert plus 2 ion. While in the case of, or you can say after donating electron, the electronic configuration will become magnesium 28, and that is nearest like nickel, or nearest noble gas, that is nickel. Now in the case of oxygen, here oxygen will accept 2 electron, right? So after accepting 2 electron, O will become minus 2, because here 2 electron is lost by magnesium, and if the one atom will accept 2 electrons, so it will become minus 2, but remaining 6 electron will be same, right? Minus 2 charge, and it form magnesium plus 2 and O minus 2, and it is nothing but magnesium oxide, and the bond in between magnesium and magnesium oxide, that is ionic bond, right? And this is how we can understand based on Lewis daughter model also, because here this metal is losing 2 electron and oxygen is accepting 2 electron, right? So the total electron on oxygen will become 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, right? But here I represents like this, because here the 4 electron matlab 2 pair is remaining as such. So here you can write like this also. So minus 2 charge means for 1 minus charge is equal to 1 lone pair or 1 pair. So for 2 that will become 2. So the total electron on oxygen will become 8, right? So this is how the ionic bond is formed, and it is also understand with respect of Lewis daughter model, right? But here we will understand simply based on their electronic configuration. So first you should write element and then electronic configuration, transfer the electron. After transferring electron, it will become cation or anion, and just combine to each other, and it will form ionic molecule. So this is how ionic bond is formed. We can say in many example, or we can take many example, but with the help of this concept you also tried yourself. At least you are able to make or not. So today's lecture, what you should understand is how ionic bond is formed, why ionic bond is formed, and we also discuss many example to form ionic bond, or regarding ionic bond, formation of ionic bond. So this is very important, right? This is very important. Once you understand and you also try to apply whatever concept you learned during the lecture. Many of the students are complaining, sir, we are not able to do applications. Why? Because first you not understand clearly concept. First you understand the concept and try to apply in yourself. Here I give a homework and you solve this. That is not way. But if you understand concept clearly, then what you should do is, you should do firstly understand the concept, what I tell you, or what we discuss, or what we learn. First you understand the concept, and after yourself you are tired. I given some example and you solve, you completed ionic bond, that is not enough. Okay, and this is also not correct way. The correct way is, after understanding, you also try yourself and apply the different example and try to solve yourself a different example. Then you can get clarity of the concept. Otherwise it's difficult to understand, right? And this is the my way of teaching. So in this class we discuss ionic bond. Now in next class we will discuss another different chemical bond, that is covalent bond, metallic bond, and specifically coordination bond, right? So with this uh, concept here we conclude today's lecture, and in our next lecture we discuss remaining bond. Okay, thank you.